Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to week 12. Lord, I thank you, and I know that everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And so we are going to go ahead and get started with our week 12 project, which is another wonderful Christmas project. Those Christmas cards looked amazing. I just want to tell you all that. Amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started and draw out this one is a Christmas fireplace. Okay, so if you need a ruler, go ahead and grab one, and if you don't have a ruler, you can always just get a straight edge using a box or a book or something like that. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a line. We're going to put the ruler down here at the bottom of our paper, and let me make sure that you can see me pretty good. So I keep having to move things around a little bit. So if you look right here at the bottom of my paper, I have my ruler. I'm going to draw a straight line going across just like that. Okay, now when you go back and use your Sharpie, just be careful, and you're going to just try to make sure you get the lines right. Okay, so next step, we're going to add a rectangle. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and freehand my rectangle just like this. Freehand rectangle. I'm just doing the best job I can to make sure that I kind of get a rectangle going like that. You have to go back and check to make sure that your line up here is straight. That's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, and then that way I can fix anything that I need to fix to make sure that I've done it exactly the way I want it. So all right, and we're going to not use that eraser because that eraser is horrible, but let's see if I can find my other pencil that I had with the better eraser, because if not, I'm going to be in big trouble. So let's see. All right, I guess I'm going to have to use this one. All right, the CT's got to work on making sure that I have my erasers together before I even get started. Yes, all right, so here we go. All right, so just kind of have your bottom level of your fireplace, and that's what we're doing, the bottom level of our fireplace. So make sure that everything is lining up correctly, because it feels like my lines are not lining up correctly. So I'm going back and fixing my lines. That's exactly what I'm doing right here, fixing lines. So, all right, get your lines together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just keep moving along. So the next thing we're going to do after we've got this bottom part of our chimney, this is where the brick is going to line up. So I'm going to do a line here, and then I'm going to do another line here, and then I'm going to do another line here. Okay. All right. Now, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take a line going up to make a box. So let's make a small box here. I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to make my box. All right. I've got so many things all over my table right now, so let's make a nice box here. I'm going to come. Okay, let me move this. I'm going to move this line over a little bit. Sorry, guys. All right. I'm going to have the PDF so that way you can make sure that you're doing the right thing and you're not doing extra lines like I'm having to do here. So here we go. Box. I just like to try to make sure I line up everything correctly. All right. Straight across. All right. So that's the inside part of the fireplace. Okay. Check your squares. Make sure you're lining up everything correctly. Now I'm going to do a double line here. And I'm going to go just like this. All right. I'm going to come over to this side so that way I can see that everything is lining up correctly. All right. Now, that looks fine on that part. I'm going to take this. I'm going to come up a little higher. If you can see, I'm going to come up a little higher. I'm going to come right here and stop. All right, and then that way I can go right here, line coming down, and then see, I made that one a little too long, but you're going to come and then just go across. Line it up right. Okay. So there we go there. So that's the mantle part at the bottom of my fireplace. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually extend my fireplace a little bit more. So I'm going to come out here with my fireplace line. So I'm going to come out here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to then add on my line here for the bottom. So that way, all right, so if you see that, I just made it a little longer at the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and go up. Kind of stop there. And I'm going to come in a little bit on this one. CT's got to come in. So I'm going to disregard that line. I've got to come in some more. I just got it so close to the, because the mantle is so far out. So I'm going to bring this mantle in just a little bit. You just might have to keep playing with some lines because, yep, I'm going to bring that mantle in just a little bit on that side too. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to come up. Up. Stop to make a nice rectangle. Up. Stop. Make sure your rectangle is going across correctly. All right. I'm going to go like this because I'm going to come across and extend that out some. I'm going to come up here and then now I can close off my line here. Okay, so if you look here, I know it looks like it's kind of, there we go. I know I've got more edge on that side than, less edge on that side than that. So just make sure you work with it enough that it will be symmetrical inside of your area right here. So the next step after we've gotten that part, we're going to go ahead and now get our fireplace lines brick together. So I'm going to go across this way. I'm going to go from the bottom so that way I can see. And clean up any lines that you have to clean up to make sure everything lines up. Everything lines up. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and go across, and I'm just going to do this freehand. So I'm going to do a line there, and a line here, and then I'm going to come right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, so if you see it like that, if you need to, and I would, I'm going to go through and make sure that everything lines up. So, and if not, if you're just doing freehand, that's fine. I'm going to not penalize you for it because it is. It's very detailed, and you just have to really take your time with your lines. Okay? All right, so now that's that part of the fireplace. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our logs. Okay? We're going to add our logs. So the first thing you need to do for adding your logs, you're going to have to take your time, and we're going to come in right here, and we're going to do this. We're going to add a rectangle first. Watch Miss CT. A nice rectangle first, like this. All right, so this is the part that holds the logs. Then we're going to do a slanted line like this. A slanted line like this. Okay, if you can see that. And then you're going to come up and do line, 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 line. Okay, so it should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the CT is going to recount because I did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, so 5. Now we're going to add our log. So our log is going to kind of be round like this. So that's one part of your log. Now, I'm going to go ahead and in a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and start tracing, but I'm going to show you your next log. Your next log kind of comes like this at a catty corner. Okay, catty corner. So you're going to go like this. And then the other log will come right underneath it. Okay. Now we can add our fire. Okay. Your fire is just a wavy line. Okay. Now you can make bigger flames and you can just go wavy, 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 wavy going up. Okay. All right. And if you want to add more, you can. I'm just going to add another one over here. Okay. All right. So there we go. So that part is there, and there's your flames. Okay, now we're going to add our lovely stockings. Now, the stockings, of course, you can add names on the stockings once you're done. So let me make sure everybody can see it like this. All right, so here we go. We're going to now add our stockings. So the first stocking is going to have a rectangle shape like this. And I'm just going to kind of make mine go catty corner because I am going to erase. Okay. And now you're going to come through and you're going to make a boot shape like this and come in. Okay. I like to have a little bit more detail on my, so here we go again. I'm going to add another one, catty corner across. And like I said, my eraser is really funny acting today because I need to get a better eraser. Come in and out to make a boot. Okay. All right, and the last one. Now, if you have more people in your family, you can make smaller versions of the stocking there. You don't have to. So I do. I have 4 people in my family. Actually, I have 5. So right now I'm just going to do 3. But if you want to add the amount that you have for your family, go right ahead. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put a smaller stocking right in here because I told you I have 4. So there's another smaller one there. All right. And like I said, you can add the initials, names, however you want to. I'm going to go ahead and erase this section right here in the middle of all of my stockings right in there. Okay. Now the next thing you're going to do after that is you're going to now add the clock and your lovely holly. Now, if you want to add some more things up at the top, you can. I'm going to let you go for it because that's the fun thing about designing and doing things the way you want to. All right, so I'm going to add a different clock than the clock that's featured for the drawing. I'm going to add a clock like I have in my home. I'm going to add a clock, or circular clock right here in the center. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and just make the lines like if it would appear that you have for your clock. Okay, I'm going to make a double line right here. Okay, now on my mantle I have lights and bulbs and stuff like that, so I think I'm going to stick with doing some holly right here and maybe a candle. So I'm going to add 1 candle. Like I said, this is not on the design that's there, but I'm just kind of showing you what you can do. I'm going to add a 2nd candle. All right, and my little candle has like my lights like that. Okay, and then I'm going to add, because on my mantle I have the tree, but I'm going to add those details after I'm done with outlining. So let me go ahead and outline first, and then I can add all those details and I'll show you in just a second. So let's do that. Start here at the bottom. Remember to make that line at the bottom, going all the way across the bottom. Then we're going to go ahead and see, Miss CT is going to have to get some more Sharpies because my Sharpies are, so let's make sure my boxes are even. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. I might move this over. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way I have it a little bit more balanced. And then of course I'll go back in and erase. All right. Now let's go in here and get all the other details and everything. And like I said, sometimes when you go back with your Sharpie, you might change up something and make it different than it was when you started. And that's perfectly okay, because you can find out that, oh, I think I don't like the way I did that first line. So let me go ahead and fix it differently. Okay, so now here's my wood. I'm going to now add some detail to my wood, because you remember when we did texture, I'm going to add my textured lines for my wood shape. I mean for the wood, so that way you can see. And I'm going to then add some dimension to my wood. You see I added a circle there. And then here I go again. I'm going to add the, like we did before when we talked about texture. I'm just adding texture to my wood. Now this piece of wood goes the same direction that the other one, so I'm going to just do like that to make sure. Okay. Flames, I'm going to now do my flames a little bit more detailed. Okay. A little bit more detail on my flame than I did the last time. Now with your flames, if you want to, I can show you how you go in and you can add your colors to be a little bit, you know, the different ranges of the oranges and everything like that. So we'll do that in a little bit. All right, I'm going to now go ahead through and get all of my items outlined. Now when I looked at some of your pictures that you turned in to me on Artsonia, and by email, I want to make sure that I stress that it's best to try to outline, so that way it adds a little bit more pop to it, because a lot of you all, I think, just kind of colored, but it's hard for you to see detail when you just color, and don't forget to outline. So please try to outline if you can. All right. Now you see, I'm going to look at the way that this has a little bit of small edge, and I'm going to bring this line over. So that way my line is the same. And I will go back and erase that once. And I'm not going to go across my, see what I'm doing? I'm stopping my line because I don't want to go across my stockings. But you see, I'm going to line it up correctly with the other side. All right. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to erase the best I can. Like I said, I've got to get my other eraser. I don't know what happened. My son came in and he sharpened my pencils, but he forgot to just give me a better eraser. Let's see. I've got to have a better eraser around here somewhere. Let's see. As many pencils as I have around here, I've got to have a better eraser. Let's see. Come on, Miss CT. We're going to try this pencil right here and see if I can use this. Okay. It's not like I want it to be, but it's going to be okay for right now. I bet you I see another pencil all the way across the room. So it's okay. All right, let's go ahead and get our stockings outlined. I'm going to go ahead and add my names on my stockings. Now, if you'd like to, for your stockings, if you'd like to add some different textures, you can on your stocking. You can. All right, so I'm going to put Dad, D. Okay. Now, like I said, you can put whatever names you want to on your stockings. All right, this one is going to say HT. All right. This one's going to say Jaren, that's my one daughter's name. All right, and then this one is going to say G. All right, and then this one is going to say Mommy. All right, but like I said, whatever you want yours to say, you may. All right, now here we go. I'm going to now go ahead and detail the things that I have up here. My candles. All right, my clock. Be very careful, like I said, tracing your lines. If you don't do the same as the other line, it's okay. You're just going to go ahead and erase the extra lines. I'm going to actually add lines going around my clock like this. Okay. Now, like I said, I want to add some extra detail, so I'm going to add some Christmas bulbs. And then I'm going to go like this to make a line because I'm going to add some garland the way it looks like that. Okay, another bulb, then some garland. I'm going to actually color that in so it looks like it's, looks garlandish. Looks nice greenery. So I'm just using like we did last week with the trees that were inside of the cars, your Christmas car. So here's another bulb. Now if you want to hang it off a little bit, you can. All right, this one I'm running low on room, so that's the only reason I didn't do that part like that. Okay, so if you want to add a picture back here, you may. It's up to you. Say for instance, if you have pictures in your home, or if you don't, or if you just want to just be fun with adding something in the background, you can. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of go like this to just to have a little fun with that. All right, now holly. On the sides of here, I'm going to add some holly. So holly is 3 circles like that. And then you're going to go just like that and you come in. Okay. All right, same thing here. And then in. Over here, I'm going to do 3. Okay, and then your holly comes. All right, so now it's time to color. All right, and here I might add some polka dots. Right here, I just might just go like this, make some, and then this one I might just do some lines, and then maybe this one some dots. Okay. All right. Now, coloring time. Take your time. You can color this however you want to. I'm gonna do the wood coloring for the and the brick. So, say for instance, you can have your fireplace to look however you want to. I'm going to just go ahead and do the and I'm going to do the same thing that I always do. I'm going to do the darker on one side. Okay, same thing I always do, just to show a little. Wait till we get to value because you're going to really enjoy that and showing how you can do some shading. Okay, now if you want to take a different color down here at the bottom, you can. Make sure that I'm getting a pretty true now if you want to do like we did in another one as well, you can grab some texture, put behind it, and I'll show you with the bottom base I'm going to do that. I'm going to add my textured background that I have. I used this before in another one, but you know, it's up to you what kind of textured background you use. And then I'm going to add, let's see, I think I'm going to just go ahead and do a nice blue at the base of here. Let's see if you can see that. Yep, there we go. Pick whatever one you want to use, and I might do the same thing just for this back part right here. Let's see if I can grab the brown. If you don't want to use the brown, let's see, do I want to use the, here we go. All right, so I'm going to start up here. And you see that's kind of making that textured background. See if you have an old placemat at home. If you don't, I mean, you can use, you can crinkle up a piece of foil and then lay the foil down real flat, and you can do this with that. So if you don't have a textured background, you can use bubble wrap if you have bubble wrap. Anything that you have with a texture on it, you can use. At home, go search around for different textures. Textured, you know, like I said, this is just a placemat. All right, so I'm going to take that away. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of the fireplace with a nice gray. All right, get the underneath part here, and then I'm going to take the black and I'm going to color our base in with the black. You can pick whatever color you want to for that part. And then our wood, I'm going to do a lighter brown like that, and then I'll go in here and do the side. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to do a lighter. Now in this part I'll do darker, and then just kind of do the sides darker. Okay, all right, so now let's get the fire going. You can start with orange on one side, like I'm doing, orange on one side, and then I'm going to do a yellow on the other side. And then I might do a hint of red if I can catch it inside of there. Let's see, just a little bit. Not that much, but yep, there we go. All right, now it's time to get the background done. Let's see. I think I'm going to pick this neutral blue for the background. I think I did a blue for the other background as well for the other picture. I don't know what it is about me and the blue backgrounds. All right. And then I'm going to come around here. I'm going to be very careful because I'm not going to want to go over top of my other pictures or the other drawings that I've done. So I'm just kind of just lightly doing the background like that, lightly doing the background. Okay, All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get in and get my ornaments done. So say for instance I might want to do one ornament red, and might want to do another one, let's see, blue, darker blue than that. Okay, maybe another one green. I'm not going to use that green because that's the green that I always use that kind of has the light look to it. So let's find a darker green. That's a gray. There you go, Miss CT. Found a green. Here we go. Okay, so even though you have it like that, you can always go in and add some detail, fun stuff to your ornaments by just doing whatever you want to do like that. Okay, and if you want to add Sharpie colors to your design with markers, you can. Using marker or Sharpie. It's up to you what you want to use. No problem. Just like sometimes for the detail, you can get in there and use your markers. I usually, like I said, I don't cover my markers with the whole entire picture because I don't like the way it smears. Okay, let me get a red in here, and there it is. Okay. Now I forgot to say for instance, yeah, we live in Colonial Heights. If you want to add, because we're actually trying to see if we can do some contests for the they have a Christmas contest coming out that's due. The work is due the 8th, so that's not going to help the 3rd and 4th graders. But I did submit some of the 3rd and 4th graders for the Christmas cards. But if you any of the 5th graders, if you're able to be done, and you want to add Colonial Heights logo up here to the top or wherever you want to, you can. So that way it can be maybe a runner-up for the contest. So it's up to you. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. So I'm just kind of giving you options. We'll have other contests coming up soon too, and you can enter your work in. And don't forget, most of the work that we are doing, we are providing it for the Fine Arts Festival. So your work will go into the Fine Arts Festival, and you'll get to see your work. So that's why I always try to tell you to make sure that when you are done, put your name somewhere at the, like, not too close to the bottom, but like right here. I'll show you in just a few minutes, but you want to have your name on it so that way when your work is presented, we'll know that it's yours. And they're going to feature each and every person's work, so don't think that you're not going to get your work in it. So we're going to work on that. All right, here's my other stocking. Like I said, I like to do crayon because crayon for some reason covers a lot more for me than just using marker. But like I said, you can use marker. Okay, so those, I've got all my stockings covered except for this one. I did not do the top. There we go. All right, now I'm going to get my clock. Let's see, I think I'm going to use a gray background, but very lightly on the back of my clock. And then I'm going to do darker blue in the different sections. I'm going to repeat my pattern. Okay, and then let's see, I'll go ahead and do, and you can barely see that, so I'm going to do a little bit darker. Okay, now let's get our pictures done, and then we should be almost done. I'm going to use colored pencils on our pictures. I'm going to do the one picture on one side like this, and then I'm going to do a lighter shade on the other side. And that looks very close to that background, so Miss CT is going to add a there we go. And you don't have to color your picture frames like that. You can do it however you want to. I'm just kind of giving you options. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get our holly done. And holly leaves are green. Okay, so I did the green, and I'm going to do the darker green on the sides, so that way it picks up a little bit of a lift. I know you can barely see that. And then we're going to go ahead and get our, please use a red or a purple, because they have nice colors for your holly. Okay, now the last part we're going to do is the inside of my pictures, and like I said, you can pick whatever color you want. I'm just going to do a neutral color to do the inside of the pictures. And I can't forget to now get my greenery done, and I'm going to go like this to do just like we did with our Christmas trees. Just going to do like that, and then I might add some darker green on top of that. If you see, the green kind of brings it out a little bit, the darker green. You see I'm just kind of going like that back and forth. Brings it out a little bit more so you can see the detail. Okay, now my two little candles on the inside, I'm going to take care of those. Now watch what I'm going to do right here on, I might add some lights. See, you really can't see it, but I'm adding my Sharpie to make some lights. You can add a different color if you want to. Like yellow doesn't really show up that well, but you can keep just repeating with different colors and play with it, so that way you can kind of, and you can bring them out a little bit more, so that way you can see that the lights are kind of coming out. Okay, so those are your lights, and then let's go ahead and do our candle. So I love the smell of a candle. Your candles don't have to be the same color. You can do two different colors for your candles. Okay. All right, and then don't forget your candle flame. And let's get the small little part of the inside part of the candle. Okay, so I think I've gotten everything done and everything outlined and everything detailed, but do not forget to add your name. Okay, it's going to be not 2020, and very soon it's going to be 2021. So all right, so here we are with our Christmas fireplace. Like I said, hopefully you have fun with this project, and like I said, if you want to enter it in the contest, if you're a 5th grader and you can get it in by the 8th, actually it's due the 8th, so if you can get it in and finish it tomorrow, on Monday, and then that way you can send them to me by Artsonia, and I will upload it and submit it to any of the principals at your school. So it could be Mr. James, Mr. Ridley, or Mr. Nelson. So yes, I thank you, and I will see you the next week. So I appreciate your time, and I'll see you for week 13. Thank you so much. See you soon, and be safe.